Hello and welcome, everybody, to Moonlighting, Montana. How are y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in this week. Gonna try my little new event thing, try to deep dive on some teams. I think I did a better job preparing this time, so it should be a little bit better. But even besides that, got some scores to bring you guys just to keep you updated. So that to come forward. See you in a second. Welcome, everybody. Let's get right into it, right? Why not? Why not get through the scores fast so I can really break down those other teams? Got some exciting games to bring to you. This last Tuesday, we had the Fergus Eagles winning by 20 against Havre. No shocker there. Fergus still on the roll. I think Lockwood scared him a little bit. Probably the worst thing for every team playing Fergus up until that point. But it is what it is. Actually, before I get started, don't forget that we're going to be deep diving on a few teams this week. This is what we rolled last week. In AA, we get the Great Falls Bison. Then we got your very own, near and dear to my heart, East Helena Bidgies. Got a lot to unpack there because I feel like I get a very good perspective of them. And then Roundup Panthers rolling through B, and the Ekalaka Bulldogs are going to be my C team that I talk about this week. So just a reminder as we go forward. Then we got Custer beating Terrier 63-53. Lockwood continuing to look very solid, winning 58-41 against Billings Central. We then have Fairview beating Savage 65-44. Big Sky with the big upset against Helena Bengals. I do believe Helena Bengals guard. I'm going to be mad at myself for forgetting his name. But he is out, and that is a big loss for them. So it makes sense that they're dropping a few games. I would argue that he's their best player. He's kind of the glue that holds them together. Was the kid who hit the game winner against Capital. But yeah. Then we got Huntley Project winning by 4 against Lodgegrass. Joliet winning by 1 against Broadview Levina. Really high on Broadview Levina. Obviously, that's a class difference there. Joliet being B. Joliet might be C, actually. I think they're B, though, in basketball. Beating them by 1. Harrison, who's really good in that 12C division, winning against Sheridan 49-30. Loyola Sacred Heart. Other than Big Fork, Loyola's strength of schedule to me is just not very tough. And so we'll see as they branch out and play some other teams how good they really are. Obviously, I know they're good. But, yeah, killing Troy. Butte Central beats Butte 76-47. That really kind of shows you all these people that are talking about, class whatever below me. There's just a different world. It's just a different speed of the game. It's just the blah, blah, blah. You can't hang, whatever. Well, Butte just beat Helena High, who was ranked number 1 in the West. And then they go on and get smacked by Dougie Peep Show and the Butte Central Maroons by 30. Okay? So if you're going to sit here and tell me that even though Helena High's guard was out, whatever, that some of these Class A teams can't compete in AA, you're just 100% wrong. I would argue that Butte Central would be middle of the pack, if not high, in AA, and same with Fergus. So, Rocky Boy wins by 30 against Harlem. Bozeman, Little Brothers Belgrade. Roy Winifred wins by 30 against Tri-City. Big Fork, again, not a strength of schedule thing, really. 75-19. Darby, 63. Valley, 36. Wolf Point, 79. Sydney, 58. Thompson Falls 51, Eureka 57, Sunburst 46, Dutton Brady 44, Lone Peak 65, Gardner 58 in OT, St. Regis 73, Alberton 41, Big Fork 78, Troy 12, Fairfield 68, Conrad 26, Boulder 45, Ennis 41, Florence 60, St. Ignatius 58, Mondack 54, Fraser 31, Glasgow, the Scotties 67, Saco 31, Capital 63, Hellgate 59 in OT. AA going back and forth. Hard to know where they're at right now. Huntley Project 72, Shepherd 57, Malta 73, Rocky Boy 53, Three Forks 43, Manhattan 40. That's a good little almost crosstown rivalry there. Manhattan dropping a few games right now, which disappoints me, but I think they'll bounce back. Whitefish beats Polson 47-45. Kind of shocker there to me. Whitefish 55, Ronan 34, Shelby 57, Shoto 43, St. Lebray 66, Lame Deer 63, Great Falls Central Catholic 70, and Stanford 60. Dillon crushes Stevensville Yellow Jackets 66-20. Frenchtown 57, Corvallis 35, Forsyth 39, Colstrip 34, Columbia Falls 71, Libby 46. Northern teams battling it out. Hamilton barely squeaked by East Helena this week. Just barely. Got some unfortunate calls late. Obviously, never going to be the ref's fault completely. They battled super hard, and it was back and forth most of the game. Free throws were the difference, for sure. Hamilton shot a lot of free throws late and just kept piling it on. And it was just a battle. Really good showing by East Helena Vigilantes to show that they are the team that's going to be the worrisome wart for everyone in the divisional playoffs, because you just don't want to see them late. They have nothing to lose. Red Lodge 60, Columbus 48, Anaconda 54, Deer Lodge 33, Baker 65, Wolf Point 63, Two Eagle 68, Knoxon 59, Broadview Levita 52, Millstone 42, Fort Benton 54, Conrad 38, Havre 82, Custer County 79 in a thriller double OT battle there. Havre Blue Ponies are pretty legit, I think. Fairfield 66, Rocky Boy 55, Fairview 53, Plentywood 40. Flathead beats Sentinel 51-49. Sentinel down bad right now, as the young kids say. Florence 63, Arlee 49, Lame Deer 78, Forsyth 58, Butte Central 58, Frenchtown 43, Billings West 44, Gallatin 33. That is unfortunate. Gallatin had a big win against them earlier in the year and then just couldn't do it again. It's a very, very low scoring game for Gallatin. Interesting. There's just not a whole lot of offense in AA. I hate to say it, and I'll say it bluntly. I just don't think there's a whole lot of offense in AA. Gardner 56, White Sulphur 31, Broadus 48, Garfield or Jordan, Montana 46, Glacier 70, Butte 52, Superior 45, Hot Springs 29, Sweetgrass 49, Joliet 33, Sydney 46, Laurel 38, Manhattan Christian 64, Sheridan 30, Hart Butte 69, Sunburst 25, Browning 93, Polson 80. Not a whole lot of defense being played there. Freud Medicine Lake 57, Poplar 55, Saco 48, Scobie 45, Shields Valley 64, Twin Bridges 40, Plevna 64, Terry 60, Hayes Lodgepole 84, Turner 64. Lincoln, good for Lincoln, man. Just been slapped around. Had 8th graders starting, like 4 8th graders starting 5 2 years ago when I was in Victor. And now they're getting legit wins. And we all kind of expected it from them. But I'm so happy to see them coming out on and getting some quality wins. Good for Lincoln. 61-48 against Valley. West Yellowstone 62, Harrison 52. A battle of really good C schools right there. West Yellowstone remaining unbeaten. Cutbank 73, Whitefish 71 in a thriller and double OT. Class mismatch there. Cutbank B and Whitefish A. Custer 43, Reed Point 14. Savage 43, Mondack 27. Park City 46, Roberts 35. Billings Senior 53, Great Falls 41. Billings Central 75 and Park 43. Belt Husky 74, Winnett Grass Range 35, Bridger 48, and by the way, Belt's one of my favorites for C. So such a good team. Bridger 48, Fromberg 16, Broadwater 72, Lone Peak 70, Circle 60, Brockton 18, Cascade 59, Sims 46, CM Russell 69, Skyview 65. CM Russell turning it on lately. As of late, they've been beating teams, and they crushed Great Falls, beating Skyview. Skyview's no slouch. They're a good team. So good for CMR, representing the Great Falls area. Charlo 64, St. Regis 29. I need to go back and watch the film on that because, wow. St. Regis was kind of running through teams, and I don't know if they had guys missing or what, but great win by Reese Cox and the boys after dropping a game against Two Eagle that was probably disappointment to them. So good response. Chester 57, North Star 46, Harlem 75, Chinook 64, Sealy Swan 54, Darby 53. Good win by Sealy there. Fergus 53, Glendive 42. Another close one for Fergus. They're starting to look touchable. Roy 64, Dodson 46, Drummond 62, Granite 44, Bayville 46, Ritchie 24, Plevna 86, Ekalaka 58, one of the teams I'll be looking at, Melstone 59, Broadus 40, Gallatin 75, Belgrade 62. Actually respectable by the Panthers to stay within 13. Usually it doesn't stay that way, and Gallatin's a good team, so there's my compliment for the Belgrade Panthers for everyone saying I'm hating on them. Big Sandy 73, North Star 51, Hart Butte 95, Power 35, Hamilton 55, Dillon 53. Really good win by Hamilton there to stay atop that division. Billings Central 72, Sydney 46, Fergus 60, Custer 46, Butte High 67, Flathead 58, Box Elder 60, Fort Benton 46, Luster Christian 77, Fraser 12. Bozeman 53, Billings West 50. Again, back and forth. I think Bozeman looks really good lately. And I venture to say they just have talent. They can kind of beat anyone and lose to anyone on a given night. Webo 49, Jordan 46, Glacier 76, Sentinel 42, Glasgow 56, Scobie 40, Wolf Point 65, Harlem 54, Haver 80, Hardin 70, Hellgate 51, Helena 28. Butt kick in there. They got their revenge after Helena beat them. Big Sky 39, Capital 37. Big Sky, another team that people are looking around offices going, are they legit? I got texts that were like, is this team legit? Are they really good? And yeah, they are. They have a really good guard charisma, I believe. My buddy Matt Warren out in that area knows Big Sky well. Let me know that that's the guard. Super talented. They just kind of have good guards, a big strong post, and they could beat anyone on a given night. Two Eagle 49, Hot Springs 46, Sweetgrass 64, Boulder 44, Lockwood 56, Laurel 44, Browning 87, Libby 60, Eureka 72, Plains 28, St. Labray 80, Lodgecraft 70, Malta 75, Roundup 30, Manhattan Christian 90, Ennis 48, Freud 41, Plentywood 40, St. Ignatius 69, Deer Lodge 37, Red Lodge 53, Shepherd 29, Terry 63, Roberts 23, Sheridan 65, White Sulphur 32, Shields Valley 59, Lima 37, Sims 77, Valier 33, West Yellowstone 64, Twin Bridges 41, Bravue Levita 56, Harlowton 43, Custer 62, Northern Cheyenne 38, Ritchie 48, Culbertson 45, Reed Point 45, Absaroka 35, Winnett Grass Range 61, Highwood 57, Butte Central 77, Park 44, Bainville 59, Circle 51, Belt 65, Tri-City 46, Skyview 66, Great Falls 52, Corvallis 67, East Helena 43. East Helena down a post in that game and just kind of let the game get away from them. Had some struggles scoring, and really early in the game, this is kind of a typical thing that we see now with East Helena, just getting out to a really rough start where Corvallis went up, I think, 12-2 really quick out of the gate. And that's always just a backbreaker when you have to use a quick timeout and yell at your guys like, wake up. Townsend 52, 40, Three Forks 49, Nashua 57, Brockton 55 in OT, Cascade 76, Dutton Brady 44, Roy 74, Centerville 52, CM Russell 69, Billings Senior 56, Charlo 69, Superior 64 in OT, Chester 69, Hayes 55, Turner 62, Chinook 35, Poplar 87, Dotson 45, Drummond 42, Victor 28. I watched the whole game in this one, and Victor down arguably their best scorer. That hurts. Obviously, that's at 28. He averages probably 12 to 14 a game, or at least lately he has, and that's obviously the difference there. Victor controlled the entire first half, won the first half, came out, well, everyone was in foul trouble. I hate talking about the referees. I hate it. I never will bash on any refs, but there needs to just be some consistency in some of these games where you don't have random. There was charges in this game that kids weren't even falling. It was just like you'd bump into them. I don't know. It was bad on both sides. It was, yeah. I don't know. Watch the game if you don't believe me. But Victor being in foul trouble coming into the third quarter and just having to play soft for the first quarter, basically to stay out of more foul trouble, keep kids in the game, and gave up a 10-0 run or 12-2 run, something like that. And that's obviously the game right there, that 4-minute burst. Baker 50 and Colstrip 46. So interesting games this week. I think we have 3 weeks until districts has got some senior night games going on lately, and so teams are trying to find their identity as they go into the tournaments. I don't know their identities for sure. I will say that I'm going to do a deep dive on tournaments once we get there, so I'll save my opinions on that until then. But going forward, let's take a look at these teams that we're going to do a deep dive on. Great Falls having a rough year this year. They lost to Glacier. They beat Flathead, who everyone's beaten. Big Sky they beat. Again, Big Sky's coming on as of late. Skyview they lost to. Billings West they lost to. Belgrade they lost to, which is actually a misprint. I don't know how that happened. How like a 5-13. It's not true. Belgrade lost. But barely. It was close. Gallatin they lost to, Bozeman they lost to, CMR they lost to, Billings Senior they lost to, and Skyview they lost to. So going on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game losing streak. They're going to need to pick up some wins here. And the one that always hurts is CMR getting crushed by almost 30 in that game. That one hurts for sure. But I mean, like I said, Double A is kind of wishy-washy. There is a few bottom teams. These I debated even putting the roster on here, and I don't think I will, just because they don't really look at this. Look at all these number 5s. But I wish I could get a consistent roster. I don't know where I would find that. Some teams I know have them on their website, and I looked for these teams. East Helena, I'll be able to tell you flat out. But yeah, the latest game that I had on here was actually their game against CMR. So at least I can have some names here. So they let Tyler Moore from CMR go for 20 and Trig Mapes go for 20. 2 guys going for 20 is a recipe for disaster in any game in Montana. Evan Brown was the leading scorer for Great Falls, 12. Gatlin Sutherland 10, Keaton Stuckman 9, Ashton Platt 8, and low scoring for them, and they kind of let CMR do what they wanted versus them. And so this is a little bit of that game just to get a grasp on what we're looking at here. So right off the bat, I can tell you that for Double A teams, they don't look very big. CMR looks like they got some tough cards. They're running a 1-2-2 zone. Might be a 2-2-1. It's a 2-2-1. Fall back and do a 2-3. This guy's going to play the high post really high, which is a recipe for disaster for that low post. See that? That's just, it's too high. That guy's not being active enough at the high post for them to be running that. I know they want to take that away. I get that. I guess I wonder if CMR's high post is really legit. Bad turnover there. He had a good move and a good entry pass. And this guy's going to get on the fast break. They're not going to call anything. Now let's see if they run the tried and true Montana inbound play blob where they screen this low guy for a 3-point corner shot. Nope, just a little dump down into the post. Zone looking strong there, taking it away, tripled down on him. And CMR, without a miss or without a make, is still going into the zone. And they're looking like they're running maybe just kind of, this is looking like a scramble drill zone, but this kid twice with 2 turnovers there down low. Just got to take care of the ball, make every possession count. Falling back into the 2-3, they're running almost a 5-out look here. One low post. I'm sure this guy's going to duck down, and then they're going to have a high post come up top. Yep. Very good play by CMR, actually. The guy set a screen and then sealed. And it looks like they got a foul. I'm not sure what they called there. Just a little grab or something. They're loving their zones right now. Let's see what CMR gets into here. This is a half-court press. I would say it's half-court, maybe 3/4 court. And they are running what looks like a 1-3-1. So a 1-3-1, I say 3/4 court, but 1-3-1. In general, I think that it's more of a half-court press with that guy up top. And they are forcing more and more turnovers. Not quite a turnover there, but the Great Falls just is not taking care of the rock right now. You can't throw it through the defender. Fake one to make one, please. Victor boys watching this are going to be laughing because that thing rings through their ears from Coach Warren over there in Victor. Okay, now they are back in the 1-3-1. Very active, very pressured. They see the turnovers. It's like blood in the water. Great Falls needs to get into something here. They're kind of matching it with almost like a corners look, a 1-3-1 look for themselves, but they are scrambling so bad right now, and they need to get into something, and somebody needs to just take a deep breath and say, okay, if I were the coach, I would probably put 2 guards up top and have them pass it around a little more without so many cuts, just to get that defense to move back and forth. Now, Great Falls obviously a way softer zone. Very athletic take by that kid, but holy cow. Are you just going to let him go to the hoop? 3 feet from the hoop and cast up a little floater? Okay, let's see what they do here. A little guard exchange, cross-court dangerous pass, drive into a terrible shot, and now we're breaking again. And let's see what Great Falls. Kids not looking at the ball. Never loved that. Getting back into the 2-3. It looks like they just have a basic, like a 4-out look. I'm sure this high post will cut, and then a wing will cut up top. Yeah, the zones, that's the tough shot. They actually forced him into something a lot harder than the defense gave him, but tough shot there. I just play catch with these 2 guys up top. I would just play catch. Stop entering it to death zones. Nice pass. Very nice pass and a good shot out of that. And because of that, they get another good look. This kid looks pretty big, 40. And they get this to the corner. Yeah, good choice. This kid gets off 2 feet really well. That's going to be something you hear a lot in the future, is teaching players to go off 2. A lot of reasons why. You want players to go off 2 because not only can you stop and make a decision, you don't have to leave your feet to make a decision. You're much more athletic. You can float one way or the other, change directions, jump stop, pump fake, and go into guys, whereas with 1 foot, you're very linear. And so a lot of people are really big advocates for the 2-foot approach. Just getting carved up right now is Great Falls. They want to go to that guy just about every time, and I've seen enough to make me sick. So Great Falls needs to take care of the ball a little better, and that's what I'm seeing with them in that game. If anybody watches the film on that, you have got the recipe to take them down. Heavy pressure is going to get to them for sure. That's a little bit of the Great Falls Bison, kind of a lower team in Class AA right now, not the king of Great Falls. Now, East Helena, the Vigies, let's take a look at the Vigilantes so I can go through this roster. I believe I could name all of them on this roster here. This is Tegan Hagen Sr., Coulter Charlesworth, their leading scorer, and he can score just about anywhere. Very crafty in the lane. He shoots a lot of fadeaways. He can go off 1 foot. He can go off 2. He kind of is like, it's not that he's ultra quick. It's that he moves unorthodoxly. If that's a word, that's not a word. But he moves in an unorthodox way where he can kind of get guys jumping around and kind of popcorn footing and then hit a shot over with really good touch. Jacob Spencer, he's a senior. Trevor Held, he's another senior. They're senior heavy. Curtis, and I don't think I'm going to remember his last name. Porzine or something like that. He's a senior as well. He's their main big guy. He plays all post. And despite how he looks when he runs up and down the basketball court, this kid's pretty skilled when it comes to 2 feet from the basket. He's super soft hands and got some moves. Kobe Mergenthaler, he was the one who was injured versus Corvallis. It kills him because he's probably 6'3", 6'4", and he's a really good shooter. So he plays a high post position very well, and when he gets underneath, another kid who can just score, like he doesn't miss those shots, so it hurts to not have him. Caden Sager, he was their leading scorer from last year. Elite shooter, in my opinion. Elite athlete. You can tell that he hasn't played a ton of competitive basketball because he kind of gets out of control. He's almost too athletic for his own good. Dallin, I should remember Dallin's last name, but I don't. He's a senior as well. Wyatt, another kid that I don't remember his last name exactly, but another senior. Connor Haynes, he is a freshman actually. Super talented, very athletic. Jack Taylor, he's their quarterback. He played quarterback this year. He's about 6'4", lengthy. If he can just put some meat on his bones and continue the grind, he's a good shooter. And he could be very good in the future. Slade Olson, who's their best sophomore, or Jack's a sophomore too. Slade's another elite sophomore. This JV team is all world. The JV team is super good. They have some things they're working on mentally as far as keeping their heads in the game and not letting themselves get taken out of it by frustration, which a lot of JV teams probably do. But Slade Olson, he's their best JV player. He's getting a lot more varsity minutes lately, which is good to see because you can just tell he's shaky right now. And that every minute is going to count, and he's going to get more and more comfortable. Evan Lane, 6'8", junior, very tall, has not played at least a ton of basketball that I can tell or see. I know he's played, but hasn't played a ton. If he can put some weight on and get in the laboratory, he can be tough. He's 6'8". You can't teach that. So, yeah, he's another JVer. Cody, and I don't remember Cody's name. He's another freshman. Freshman or sophomore, one of those two. Just plays his role perfectly on the JV team. Yeah, Tucker Petty, who's kind of a swing guy, JV varsity, and then all of a sudden he'll play really well varsity, and he'll play a lot of minutes varsity. He's super long, 6'4", 6'5", around there, and he's hungry to have success. And he's in my class, actually, and I've talked to a lot of guys, and a lot of guys are hungry to be good. But the thing that I see with Tucker is it isn't as much about himself being good, which is such a refreshing thing to see in a high schooler, but just see success, have wins, to get meaningful wins. That's like what he wants the most. And I see it from him, even when he doesn't get a second of playing time on the varsity, he is all about getting those wins, which just instantly makes him one of my favorite kids, and every team needs a Tucker. DeAndre Ellis is his last name. DeAndre is a freshman, and when you get a chance, if you get a chance, please watch film on this kid. He's an awesome kid, first of all. Second of all, he is going to be a great player someday. He does not play like freshman, sophomore, or junior. Even a lot of seniors don't play like DeAndre. He is very good, and he's only going to get better. And so that is the roster at East Helena. Hopefully my computer doesn't freeze here. I want to see their schedule, or their wins and losses. They beat Libby. They lost to Sydney. Lost to this has got to be wrong, right? Yeah. I do believe this game's wrong for sure. Butte Central is the right game. They lost to Butte. They've come alive at the back end of the season for sure. I mean, no way these scores are the same, but doesn't matter. Not a conference game. Deer Lodge, they beat Stevensville. They beat Frenchtown. They lost to the first game. Whitefish, they beat Corvallis. They beat Dillon. They lost to Three Forks. They beat Hamilton. They lost to Stevensville. They won again. Frenchtown, they beat the second time through. Butte Central, they gave a heck of a game the second time through. Then they just lost to Hamilton and Corvallis. This was an amazing game against the top team in Hamilton in Class A in general. And obviously Corvallis, Colby was hurt, so that one hurts. No pun intended. But this is a little bit of the Butte Central game. I'll show you what I mean with guys playing their role. So Coulter definitely had the best game here. They held Dougie to 6 in the first half, which no other team can figure out how to do, and held them to 16 total, and I want to say 8 of those were at the line. So defensively, when they put their mind to something, they can absolutely do it. Butte Central just happens to have guys around them that can score really well. So they're running a man, tough entry pass there, but Coulter gets it back, and this is where he's really crafty. Very tough take by Tegan there. Love to see the aggressiveness going forward. Doesn't look like Tegan knows the defense he's in. Now they're in a 1-2-2. I know they switched out of this very quickly because Brody Kelly is ready for almost any defense. It looked good to start. I will say that. It looked really good to start. This is Dougie Peoples right here, number 12. He is the best player in A in my opinion because he's so unselfish. In this game, he probably had 10 assists. He doesn't care that he scores a lot. He just wants to win. But that's where that's what I'm talking about right there. What do you do? What do you do? You just got to trust that they don't make shots. Because if Dougie's going to pass like that, it's going to be tough. This is Coulter. And this is kind of the stuff I'm talking about. Tough shot there, I'd say. Kick that sucker out, buddy. But those are the kind of the shots that he makes sometimes. Still in the 1-2-2. Ends up getting the turnover. This is Caden Sager on the break. Super athletic guard. Just couldn't quite finish it. Those are the ones you need. Those points are important. But that's what I'm kind of talking about. He almost is too athletic for his own good. Playing really good defense out top. But Butte Central's just going to cool, calm, and collected handle it. Great fake pass. Could be, I was going to say, that has to be a travel. He didn't come to a complete jump stop with the step through. It was like a 2-foot crow hop. So Butte Central sitting in there, man, that they always do. At least most of the time. See if we can't get Curtis a touch here. Curtis really good with his back to the basket there. Moving up top, we got Coulter up top. You're not going to steal it from him. He's going to dribble around you, so you have that help side defense. Good roll. Be stronger with it, Kurt. Going the other way. Turnover Central right now. Dougie with the ball, though, is always a scary thing. You got to kind of, if you're playing zone against Butte Central, you almost have like a box in one where you know where he's at all times. And this kid really lit up East Helena. I think he had 5 threes. He's a sophomore. And when a sophomore comes in and you're not expecting to and hits 5 threes, you stop Dougie Peoples. You kind of almost live with that result. That's just too far of a pass there for not a whole lot of benefit. You got to sometimes think, what is the risk-reward ratio here? And if I'm passing it from that far away and that guy's playing the lane, obviously he's not going to be able to help very easily. Is the risk worth the reward? They're all jumbled up on the right side here. Caden gets some space. Good entry to Kurt. See, that's what I'm talking about. Just very good with his feet, very good with his shoulders. Moved the kid out of the way and a little nice touch up and in. Just open shots. Just open shots. So then now they've switched to man, which was a good move by Coach Ridgway because it looked a lot better after they switched to man. 4-13. Good help by Coulter. Kind of lost sight of his man, but good help. Dougie going left. Big shocker there. Up and in, man alive. He leans really well and he's slender and gets through. Long and slender. He's good. He's just good. Didn't shoot extremely well in this game. Good find by Coulter. Way to avoid that hard hedge on the outside. Let me just watch like one or two more possessions here. Vigi's kind of climbing back. This is Tucker down here, number 22. They played him a lot on Dougie for his length, and he did a really good job. Good job by Coulter, kind of testing the baseline there before getting it out back to the offense. No business handling up there, Curtis. Good job. Nice, you got that. Just a little. It's a good move. Perfect. Step. That's that no change of direction, just the step, and continue to seal that guy. Almost got to travel, but didn't quite. Just face guarding Dougie. Good job. Exactly what you want. They got a post entry, but there is going to be the dig. See, that's what I'm talking about with Dougie Peoples. He's going to kick that out. Like, the other players wouldn't do that. They need theirs, and he doesn't. He just wants to win. This is their best shooter, Caden. Tough one early in the possession, in my opinion. This kid blows the layup, but make the defense work for the possession, please. Good kick. That's a good shot, I would say. Kind of early in the shot. That's why they also get the board. But yeah, now you can kind of see, highlight the players a little bit there. These ones are going to be a lot quicker because I don't know anything about them. And I know both of them are struggling a little bit here. So they are 2-10. Their only wins coming against Colstrip and Forsyth is Roundup. 0-7 in their district. But yeah, Colstrip not that far removed from being a really good team. The game that I have highlighted here in Class B is their game against Red Lodge. And they got absolutely smacked. No stats for that. If I was someone from Roundup or Red Lodge, I probably wouldn't enter those stats. Not super useful. Got to get more than 18. That's a tough score to overcome. And so this is them. I do believe they are in the maroon. Playing against the 2-3 zone. 5-2. What are you doing up there? There we go. Get him in the high. Well, maybe we should get him in the high post. I don't know the personnel. What am I talking? Absolutely no hustle back on defense. Okay. Tough start to the game. We're just running. We're not setting up in anything. Get it to the middle and let it go. Kick out. Entry. Slow moving. That's a foul, but I guess not. Just out of control right now. Just completely out of control. Okay, let's see it. One of these teams is going to run it. Mark my words. It's a screen on the corner man, and the inbounder is going to go out for a 3. Okay? Let's see it. Nope, they didn't run it. They didn't really run much of a blob at all. Kick. Good shot. I don't know why you're talking like you have never made a 3 before. It's one of my pet peeves. If you make a 3, act like you've been there before. You're up by 1 point. Was that a big 3? No. It doesn't even matter. Obviously, you scored 18. Stop talking like you're such an amazing shooter. Made 1 3. Good defense. Now let's see if he can hit another 3. At the very most, he can hit 5 more. So, I guess that's what it is. High school players watching this, If you make a three or you make something, unless it's crucial, the big moment of the game where emotions take over, act like you've been there before, please. Tough shot. I don't hate it. Got into the weak spot of the zone, and then those two guys power kissed and let the ball go out of bounds. But I do believe he's wearing retro Jordan, so instantly has my respect. Does the kid from Red Lodge here. Oh, 5'2". Oh, okay. 5'2". Looking tough. 5'2" must have something I don't know about. I didn't expect it. Not great on defense. Yeah, got to be a foul. Okay, let's see what they run. They are running a parachute 4-guard front on the zone. Okay, a little drive into the tough spot of the zone there. 5'2", letting her fly. Got a little off balance on that one. I don't think he's ready for that. They're running man with... It doesn't even look like the differential. Is 5 elite? Why is he being face guarded? 5 must be just some amazing player. Huh. Interesting. You're telling me they scored 10 points past this? There must be something wrong, right? There must be something wrong. I'm going to check that score. Because they're too good to only score 18. Oh my gosh, roundup. Come on, you guys got to hustle back. They're too busy face guarding number 5, who he must have just went bonkers in a couple of games. Playing a 2-3. Got the man in the retro J's in the middle, which is obviously going to stop a lot, but not that, I suppose. So 10. Let's see here. Good entry. Too easy. Let that go too easy. Good come down to help there. The score had to be wrong. Unless the wheels completely and utterly fell off. Their defense just looks like it needs a lot of work. Look behind you. Okay. Good help side. 5'2". Right now, it definitely looks like a liability on defense, but his offense is so saucy, you got to keep the kid in there. He's a shooter, ladies and gentlemen. Hand down, man down. This kid's just going to go to work again. Man, he's making me swallow my words. What is this? What is this? Okay, that was easy. Can't be that easy. Running the zone. I think every team that we've watched other than Class A has done zones today. Good break. That's where you pass it, for sure. But sometimes a missed shot is like a pass, right? Especially when you have numbers. All right, 55 or 5. Are they still? Whoa. Bailed him out on that one because he was taking a wonky donkey shot there. I think they might have mixed these two games up, the two teams up. Travel. He's rolling on the ground there, but they got it out. Okay, let's see what he does here. Hits the 3. Let's see. Oh, he points. He points. My man thinks he is elite. 5. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not he is their best player and why they would be face guarding him. So, Roundup definitely has some talent for sure. Block and 1. And you should point at that kid. This kid. Don't retaliate. Don't take my words. Don't take my advice on that. Yeah, score clearly wrong here. But they did climb a little bit further back. Now they're in zone. I'm just going to say it right, straightforward. Red Lodge is very talented I think, offensively. They got a lot of weapons, but oh my goodness, they are bad defensively. They are just counting on teams missing layups, which that's what Red Lodge is doing right now. They're not good defensively in the transition, even after he gets a huge block. But they just don't seem to do a very good job defensively. I kind of just want to see what the final score is of this game. Keeping it within 3. Good pass. Keep it moving, please. Good movement. That's a good shot. Perfect. Perfect offense. Making roundup work here. Zone definitely needs a little work there in a 2-2-1 here, but not a whole lot of principles being applied here. No trap, falling just right back into a 2-3. Yeah. So let's just see the final score. I would wager to say that Red Lodge, wow, good for them. This thing might come down to the dang wire. We might have to watch that. Watch it come down. Oh, buddy. That's a big free throw miss there. $61-60. Roundup's down. They're going to get a shot at it. 24, where's the confidence, brother? Oh, God. Just handled the game perfectly in the end there. Doesn't look like there was much of an offense set up. That's a hard pill to swallow from 24 right there. After holding up the 3 and pointing to the crowd. Now the crowd's got a lot to say. That's roundup for you, though. Last team on our list is the Ekalaka Bulldogs. Very solid football team this year. Looks like they are 1-8. They've lost to everyone besides Weibo they beat. And they have not a loaded division, in my opinion. But we'll watch them play. It's interesting to see the differences between divisions here. Right away, does it not look like we're watching the East Helena Butte Central middle school game? Just the differences. They're not for everybody, obviously, but certain teams for sure. So I do believe we have Ekalaka in the white. Nice shot up top. This is them against Weibo, who is their only win. So they run in a press. Big shocker. The Montana staple. That's a kickball, ref. You got to call that. I don't know how you missed that call. Ball doesn't lie. Ball doesn't lie. Good makeup call down there, baseline. But you got it. They got 3 of them here. And don't get me wrong. I don't think that people love reffing, and maybe they do, but I don't mean to hate on them, but you got to call that one. Interesting shot. Doesn't look natural at all, coming off the wrong foot. Shooting up the little floater and the back iron and out. They pulled the press off. They are in what's their man. Looks like we got another face guarder over here. Face guard in 22. Good step over. Tough closeout is how I would explain that one. Let's see the shoes. Do I see any retros? If I see Kobe's or retros, instantly I know who to keep an eye out for. Nothing so far that I can tell. Nice seal. Good hands, 22. Okay, let's see it. Please run it. It's a staple. Gotta run it. Gotta run it. Corner 3. Or just run the same dang play. There we go. I guess it didn't work the first time. Try again. That's the death zone, and you let him go right around you. So that's tough. Had him dead to rights. Let him get around him there. Carter County got a few scores here. Solid at the free throw line. Gotta love to see it. Some of these kids out shooting in cornfields. their whole lives, and what they can do is shoot. Not a whole lot of AAU basketball being played or traveling basketball, so they can do the shooting part decent, except for that one Clang taking it easy on the rims over there in Ekalaka, just missing them altogether. Nice shot. 3 looks solid to me. I don't know if it's because he's got his hand wrap and a mullet, but the way he moves on the basketball court looks solid. Tough pass there. Got it across, though. Oh, very nonchalant little dump off there. What are we doing, 2-4? Okay, back to 3. He's feeling it. Why not throw up another one? See, that's what I'm talking about. Want to know another reason I know 3's good? He made a 3 and he didn't hold up the number of points that he scored on it. Wow, that's crazy. It's like he's made 3-pointers before. Get it to 3. Let him cast another one. It's a 5-on-1 break if you don't convert. A lot of purple standing out there, Weibo. Watching him collect the double-double on one shot. Okay, press is definitely working. Works more in Class C than in Class anything else. If you have an effective press. Can also get burned pretty bad. Okay, they're going to run this same play. Seal. I don't know why they don't throw it to the corner there. That guy's standing wide open. I mean, wide open. Not a lot of feel for the game, I would say. Oh, bringing out the little hoops. There you go. Get the little shavers in there. Get them involved. Can I get in not a dead ball? Good criminies. I'm like, it's like a foul or something every time. Just enter it. Can we play? Can we play? This is highlights. This is highlights. Okay. Got the ball in. Trying to post up number 3. Think they have a mismatch there. Not sure what 22 is doing, clogging up the lane, ducking in there with his hair flowing. But I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen enough of it to know that I don't want to hear the refs or see the refs blowing their whistles anymore. Not bad. Kind of what you expect to see in Class C. I say a lot of the time, Class C is almost entirely like press and zone oriented, and that's what we saw again. So here comes the randomness. Let's do it. This is for Class C this week. Who are we going to be deep diving on? Holderton. Looked at him on football. I remember that. Do this. Now let's see for Class B. Glasgow, the Scotties. Perfect. I love the Scotties. I haven't seen them this year, so I'm interested to see how they are going to be. Glendive. I would like to watch their game versus Fergus. Glendive. Glendive coming up next in Class A. And for Class AA, we are going to do already did bulk, right? So perfect. Lot the Helena team's getting a lot of love here. So those are the 4 teams that we're going to get next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to try to split these episodes up so there's not as long, the deep dives and the scores / interviews. So I'm going to try to split those up and have 2 videos just so they're not quite as long. But really appreciate you guys coming through and viewing this all with me. It's fun. Interested to see how these teams go moving forward. And until next time, you've watched Moonlighting.